come check it out again. More complete. A little bit more finished from the last time that you saw. This is actually old redwood fencing that we picked up off of Free Cycle and power planed it down a couple times to the core, and it turned out really nice. And it's the same stuff that's around the door and pretty much all the windows. The stuff that's the crown molding around the top is not the same stuff. It's a little bit newer growth, so it didn't turn out as good, but still kind of rustic looking.
Right.
And eventually we are going to get some floating floor, so this is not permanent, and that's kind of why we didn't worry too much about all the little white paint drops everywhere. And then my desk, and it's not permanently affixed either, but there's a 2x4 going on the back here that the back of it rests on. Our couch that Jillian designed has storage underneath and in the back. It's on hinges, so the back folds down like this, and we can put stuff back there. And that's not fully completed yet either, so it's just kind of random stuff.
And Jillian's the cat likes that Jillian, spot?
Yeah, it's cool back there, so. And then eventually we'll have a top, so they won't be able to go back there anymore. And then our ladder that we also designed, or Jillian designed rather. And the steps are old bookshelf shelves that we got a bookshelf off of Free Cycle and took it all apart and used all the shelving. And the shelving that we used for the steps is actually our countertop wood as well. We ripped it down to smaller pieces and glued it all together to give it that kind of old farmhouse chopping board kind of look.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's not bad for what it was. Turned out pretty good. A lot more work than just getting a flat, large piece of wood, but it looks good.
I check out the sleeping area?
Yeah, go for it. Probably only enough room for you to climb up, but. And we are going to get a custom shelf for up there. We're gonna build one so it's not so wide and short. It's gonna stretch all the way from one end to the other.
And you hit your head yet? Waking up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just moving around up there, hitting the head, you know?
Sure. A little dangerous.
Yeah. And we actually just recently added that little barrier there as well. It was just open, and I had to sleep on the end because Jillian didn't feel comfortable going to sleep without
Nobody fell out though, yeah?
Oh no, I was totally fine with it. But it does make it feel a lot more secure up there now. It makes it feel like it's an actual room rather than just open. Yeah. Made curtains. That's where our compost and trash and recycling and everything is, along with cleaning supplies, fire extinguisher, stuff like that. We're also gonna have a pull-out drawer here eventually, and I think we might do a door on the front of that just to give it a cleaner look. This sink was a double, what's the word for it? I don't know. It's a double. It's a double sink.
So you guys cut it in half? Or?
My stepdad actually cut it in half with a little attachment for like a, basically just ground it in half. And then we mounted it from underneath with mirror clips. So we put glue around the edge and then put mirror clips on it for extra security, and it's actually very strong. So that's because Jillian wanted a undermounted sink for the whole look, and it actually does give it a lot nicer look, especially with this style countertop. And then we made this little chopping block type prep area. It used to be a bigger table, and Jillian cut it in half basically and glued it together and fastened it so it's a little table. And we have our little dorm style sink.
Fridge?
Fridge, I mean, not sink. And yeah, we got a little bit bigger than the standard one so we could actually have a freezer.
That's good.
And then we have a little, it was originally a tool magnet for like a workshop, but
Where did you find that?
it's a place called Bataev Salvage Yard. They have a lot of random metal pieces and all kinds of interesting things.
Nice.
It's in Santa Rosa, so they sell random things, and that was one of them. And then we have our 4-burner stove slash oven. Pretty decent size oven.
Yeah.
You can fit something pretty large in there if you take one of the shelves out. And that's been working great so far. I mean, it's, you know,
Fire.
you can't.
How's the propane usage?
Oh, great. We actually only have, what is it, 2 5-gallons? Yeah, 2 5-gallon tanks, and I mean, it's lasted us over a month so far with cooking and using hot water for washing dishes, using hot water for the shower, so it's not been a problem. I thought it was gonna run out fairly quick with how small those bottles are, but it's been fine. I mean, we could go a lot further without having to get them filled if we had larger sizes, but it's been totally fine. So, yeah, this is our shower setup. It's a half wine barrel. And that's been working great as well. If you can see in there, there is water in there. The way that the...
Is that drain not drain all the way?
Right, it's slightly above the flat part of the bottom of the barrel, so it's, yeah, the way that it sits right now, it's not going to drain, which it's not the best. It's not ideal, but at the same time it is good because, you know, the wine barrels need water to actually hold water. They need to be wet, so it's constantly staying wet.
If it dries out, it cracks or something.
Well, the staves will just shrink a little bit, and so water will actually go through the cracks in the staves. So, but we are eventually gonna put some of that like polyurethane type mixture in there, so it's gonna raise it up and it will fully drain pretty much every time.
Where'd you find the great little sink?
That was off of online, yeah. We were originally
Custom order.
Yeah, we were originally looking for an IKEA sink that basically is the same thing, but we couldn't find any, so we got.
So you guys are doing a composting toilet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up real quick. It doesn't smell at all, so it's great.
Yeah.
I
Composting.
like your little bathroom lights too.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing that I need to fix still is you can see all of them are tilted to the side.
Yeah.
So I need to take them off and straighten them out. But yeah, and then Jillian actually built all of these as well. They're just little pipes.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Very like industrial kind of thing.
And then this is a little jam jar that she fastened to the wall here for our toothbrushes and whatnot.
That's neat. Very inventive.
And then the same type of pipe setup for the hand towels over there.
Oh, cool. So one of the main questions a lot of people always ask is how you found a place to park and live in your tiny house. Could you guys talk about that a little bit?
Sure. We, or when I say we, Jillian, made a little, what would you call them?
Flyers?
Yeah, flyers on the computer. Had a couple of pictures of us building the tiny house and the current state that it was at, and basically what we were looking for in a tenant, I guess, and property. And we posted them anywhere locally that we actually wanted to live, on like community boards. We posted some in Forestville. We posted at the Wildflower Bakery in Freestone, and we posted at Whole Foods and stuff like that. And we got a few people that contacted us. Some of them not even in the area where we posted. One of them was in Santa Rosa, and she just happened to be in Sebastopol and saw it. Another person was actually just not too far from here, and we went and saw his property, but it didn't work out. And we got a call from John, the gentleman that owns this property, and we came and looked at it and loved the spot. And everything that we wanted was included: water, electricity, everything like that. And so.
Is it permitted to have a structure out here like this, or is it just under the radar kind of thing?
It's under the radar. Yeah, it's not technically something that should be here.
Yeah, but if it's noble to do, it's worth
And,
doing.
you know, this, if we can get away with it without anybody complaining in this area, it's pretty good, because right down the street at the dead end here, there's a sheriff and an ex-fire chief. So if they don't care about it, then
No one's gonna care.
no one should care.
I know you guys are still doing final construction, but how long have you been building it so far?
It's been since December, and we're just entering September, so entering into our 10th month now.
Do you think you'll finish in 1 year?
Yeah, I think we can easily finish in 1 year. I mean, all that's left is really just shelving stuff. Like this wall is gonna have shelves.
Yeah.
This is a project we're already working on following the ladder. We're gonna have shelving for our clothing. There's gonna be shelving in the kitchen. Pretty much anywhere that there's bare walls will be shelving.
Everything that's left isn't that big.
Yeah.
That's actually something I forgot to mention as well, because right now plates and everything is a huge issue. We keep it in the strainer basically, and we don't have anywhere to put it, so we're gonna do underneath the loft area, we're gonna do shelves that fold up, so they'll be on like a hinge type system, and they'll fold up so you can't even see them, and then you'll unlatch them and they fold down. That's the plan anyway.
It'll be like our stowaway pantry.
Yeah. And then plates will kind of go above where the kitchen window is and stuff.
Do you know how much you guys have spent so far, money-wise?
We still haven't calculated out all the receipts and everything yet, so we're not 100% sure, but we're both thinking, like, I don't know. We may have gone slightly over 10,000
I think it's
at
under
this
15
point.
That's
with
a
everything.
place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we moved it here, when it was, the basic structure and everything was in here, I would say it was under 10. But we've been spending money on little things, hardware and all that kind of stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
So how has it been downsizing? Were there certain things that were hard to give up or get rid of?
Still have to kind of get rid of a lot of things. Like the house that we were previously living in, I still have a lot of stuff in the room, so. But, I mean, living in here with the necessities and the things that you know that you want to keep around, it's actually a lot better and a lot freer in your mind, you feel a lot
calm.
yeah, you feel a lot better when you don't have stuff everywhere. So it's definitely been hard, especially for me, because I'm kind of a collector of
hoarder.
things. Just, yeah, borderline hoarder of just, you know, random things. And so, but I kind of had to get into the mindset of it's not something that I use, it's not something that I need, and I might as well just get rid of it. And
It's good therapy. Hoarder, put them in a tiny house.
Yep.
They have to give it all up.
it would be rough.
Is there anything else you guys want to share with some prospective tiny house people who are looking to start their own?
Have a plan. That's why it's taken us so long, is because we didn't really have a plan. It was kind of like, we're gonna do it,
Yeah,
and we just did it.
it was pretty spontaneous.
Yeah. Also, we've used a lot of venues like, not venues, but like freecycle.org. We got a lot of stuff off of FreeCycle, where we didn't have to spend any money and we could just recycle it.
That's great.
So, like Chad had mentioned, the framing of all our windows and doors, the countertop, the base of this couch were actually 2 different tables that I put together.
Yeah, they're like coffee tables.
Yeah, and
Forgot to mention
Chad's desk,
Yep.
like
The
there's
sink.
the sink, like so many different things that we were able to get off of FreeCycle. Our washer we got off of FreeCycle, and that's a huge money saver for the moment, to just get yourself a washer and then move forward and save the money.
Our mattress actually was off of FreeCycle
It
too.
was the mattress.
A while ago. And
Is
that,
that a weird thing to get?
well,
Sleeping on somebody's old mattress?
it would have been, but it was brand new. It was literally never used.
Yeah, it was like
it was
guest
bought for a
bed.
guest bedroom, and then the person ended up
They were
moving,
yeah.
and they said come get it. It was still in plastic and everything.
Okay,
so
that's great.
yeah, so it's a
Fun.
queen mattress for free. You can't beat it, especially
Yeah.
when it's new. So,
Yeah.
but we are actually planning on replacing that at some point. We're looking at
futon or something.
more foam-like futon mattresses, just for ease of pulling it out of the loft when we want to and stuff like that.
That mattress isn't gonna come out of there easily.
No,
What's the pad underneath the...
They're just like
they're just like outdoor little chair pads.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna get more convenient pads
Yeah.
and not have a blanket, and it'll look more like a normal couch
yeah,
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're making do for right now. But yeah, and I used Pinterest personally. I mean, I don't know what other people use for their creative imagination, but a lot of the designs of this tiny house and a lot of the ideas and stuff all came from Pinterest. Like the little thing even to hold the toothbrushes came from an idea from Pinterest. So
and the half wine barrel shower
Yeah.
basin, wasn't that from
yeah,
that was Pinterest
so
as well.
there's just a lot of things that I used to basically create the tiny house the way that it is, and to like really look into ways to be creative and be ingenuitive.
Is that a word?
Ingenuity and engineeringly smart about things. And yeah,
Jillian
just-
word.
yeah. So just be creative and find ways to make things something else. Like we turned a bookshelf into a countertop,
And a ladder.
and a ladder, and shelving for the bathroom.
Chad, how about you? Anything you wanted to mention before we say goodbye?
Definitely find people that know what they're doing as far as building structures and using power tools if you have no experience yourself, because it could end up you spend a bunch of money to build it and it's not structurally sound, you know? So I knew that going in, that I didn't have enough experience to build such a thing on my own, so luckily I knew people and have friends that could help, so it's a big one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.